Hello. Welcome to Drop Frames. Cohh, what episode are we on? I'll explain why I'm laughing in just 1 second.
31.
31. Well, I was going to take a drink of coffee, but Cohh didn't. He was on the money. He's just got the episode out there and no coffee for me.
Job complete.
Now you're going to... You fucking asshole.
Man, that was refreshing.
Yeah, it feels good to drink something, huh? When other people are... Zeke, you got any... Yeah, man.
Son of a bitch!
Oh my god. The reason I was laughing, did you guys know, and I don't understand why this is a thing. It wasn't until I think recently. In our intro, there's a frame missing. There's like just a blank frame. And so for a split frame, we show up. Like this overlay shows up. So I've just started it's been fun.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I just do
I'll have to look at that again.
I do some, yeah, it's been fun. There's been some hidden messages. It's like subliminal messaging.
Well, how many is it? Is the intro 60 frames? 60 FPS?
It is, yeah.
Okay, so it's one frame out of the thing. You know, I feel like I want to do like a Tyler Durden thing. Just like have one frame where it's just like, you know, part of my butt cheeks, like just it's like.
Who says
like,
you haven't
already?
already?
You don't know you saw it, but you saw it.
I'm just saying, maybe you should go watch some of the old VOD, Zeke. Might already been there, you know?
That's true. That's true. My I do have trouble keeping my shorts up these days.
Yeah. Anyways, hope you guys are having a good time out there and you're actually able to see us here on this new Twitch overlay, this new Twitch UI that they've pushed out. Do we want to start with the Twitch changes? Do we want to start with UE5? Where do you want to begin? I'll let you guys choose your own thing.
I'm good with anywhere. Get to all of it eventually.
Also, my mouse is moving on its own. This is exciting. I have a ghost in my mouse. I think it stopped. I don't understand why it does this.
In your mouth.
Yeah. Anyways.
That new anime.
Yeah. Z, you look flustered.
I'm honestly having trouble like getting your chat to pull up. I don't know why.
Oh. Let's start there.
Here we go. Now we got it. Nope, it's gone again.
It's gone? Okay. All right. I'll use...
It was on for a second, but it's gone again.
I'll use, I think... Is this? There it is. We'll use Cohh's page as the test. So this is what the new overlay looks like for an offline channel. For an online channel. I think this is pretty normal. Like, the only real changes are this like weird uptime thing that exists here.
Yeah. It constantly moves.
Yeah.
And the viewer count that now has animation when it moves.
Well, it's even more interesting. Dan's a good person. We can stream him for a second. Watch the viewer count here. When I go to another channel, it retains that viewership and then animates it dropping down. Which is and then like, let's go to Lyric. It'll animate it going up. So I don't know why that's a thing.
So it must be loading the stream as like a module and the viewer count is independent of it and then like pulls the variable.
Yeah. Which in my mind, as a streamer, it immediately makes me think that like viewers will see that as a significant way to compare streamers to one another, which is the worst thing that a streamer could want. But I may be like pulling from that a little bit more than a normal viewer would. But that was the first thing I thought is like, wow, they animated how much another streamer is getting viewership wise.
Well, it also like one thing that always bugs me is like I do my best not to put a lot of moving stuff on the screen. I think just having my camera on's bad enough. And like it got to the point where we actually took away like a lot of our fancier sub notifications and stuff, and also a lot of our other little notifications because it became too eye grabby. Anything that moves, you're naturally drawn to look at. Like it's at least for me. It's not how everybody works. But anything that moves, you know, your eyes kind of move to it just to see, hey, what's that? What's going on? So the fact that we now have two animated things on our stream that we have no control over, that are constantly changing is kind of like, I really wish I could just make those static.
Right.
I don't see the need for that. I don't see like how anyone is like, cool, it's moving. Wow, I'm so glad it's moving. Like I don't care if my little timer updates every minute. That's fine. Like I really don't need it to be changing every single second. Very, very strange choice on that.
Yeah.
Don't dig it.
I understand the need for or the purpose of uptime being next to the viewer count, because uptime's probably one of the most like used tools within a chat from a chat bot or
Well, the uptime there is great.
yeah.
But I mean,
yeah.
in like every minute or even 5 minutes, like it doesn't necessarily need to be like perfect time to the second.
Yeah. I mean, that's one of those things where if it was if that was something you had to click to see, that would have made sense rather than like hiding so many other things behind a menu.
Yeah.
It would that
Like,
I would have been like,
thing,
oh, cool. That's a fun little feature. I can just click that for uptime.
One thing that baffles me about this new system is you go to somebody's page, especially somebody who's been on Twitch for a while. And a very common thing that people do is they'll go to the page if they're watching the playthrough the streamer's doing. They'll be like, "Oh, I don't want to watch this live. I'll spoil myself. Let me go to the VODs."
Yeah.
So they have now in this new overlay, there is zero indication anywhere on the overlay where you're supposed to go to get to this information. Now, what you do is you click on the logo or you click on the channel thing, and that will then take you to a home about scheduled videos thing. But it is now behind a button that nobody knows to click, with zero UI elements explaining to the person that that's where you click. And it's kind of like, how did this get out of design testing? Like it's literally hidden. Like and like very experienced people who've been on Twitch for years have been saying on Twitter, like they didn't even know how to get to it. They had no clue that that's how you get to the VODs. And it's just like the VODs are a huge part of this. And then the very cool schedule feature, which is awesome. Like the new schedule feature is top notch, fantastic new addition, is hidden behind an arbitrary button that you can't see unless you randomly happen to click on something that, again, there's no indicator that you should click on outside of like, there is like this weird little shimmer.
You can see it right there if you're watching on the stream. There's a shimmer around the little circle logo of Cohh. Bottom left.
But again, even then, there's other moving elements on it now with the view count and the other things. So it's just like, are you just trying to show me what this streamer looks like? Like, again, there's the feedback to the user is incredibly poor. And the whole thing about a good UI is that it's supposed to be intuitive. This is the opposite of that.
I feel like, I feel like they just thought that everyone uses Twitter, and to like view a Twitter profile of someone particular, you click their logo and then that goes to their twitter.com/username page. And so that's where they took that from. Because otherwise, like in the Twitch ecosystem, there's nothing like that. Like this is the first time it's existed. So I feel like that's a little bit of a misstep. So yeah, I don't know.
Oh, and now also, like just to mention, I talked about this on Twitter a little bit too, and I'm mostly saying this because I'm trying to let people in my community know that are getting switched over to this. If you go to a page that's offline, it slides the chat off the stream, and you have to click a button to open it.
Yeah.
And if you happen to not see that button, you might think offline chat has been disabled for offline streams, which really sucks because a lot of channels have like a lot of active chatters in offline streams.
Yeah. Here, let me pull up Bike. So this is an offline channel here. This is Bike Man, friend of the show. This is what it looks like when you visit it by default. Cohh saying, I don't have my mouse cursor showing, but you have to click chat here, and then it loads the hosted page. Otherwise, you can't see, like, you really wouldn't know if Bikeman's hosting anyone. I don't know if this has been changed, but I think the host stuff was behind, like, the last VOD.
It's now in the carousel, I think.
Yeah,
you can see, like, at the top. Oh, wait a second. I just realized, is there any way to get to Bikeman's chat when he's hosting somebody? Maybe, I don't use a lot of hosting, so maybe you can never normally get to the streamer's chat when they're hosting somebody. But is there any way to go to Bikeman's offline chat? Is that Bikeman's offline chat, or is that the hosted streamer?
I don't know. It doesn't actually.
If you hit the emo button, you'll see if it's his emotes.
Yeah. Oh, that's Bikeman's chat. Yeah.
Okay, so that's Bike's chat. Okay, yeah. Cool. Okay, so that makes sense. That's cool. And then you can watch the hosted channel and be in his chat, which is that's cool. But still, like and like when you go to the offline page, the offline chat pops up and slides off. So it's kind of weird. It's like, hey, here's your chat, but we're not going to give it to you unless you want it. And then you have to actually like click to open it. It would seem a lot better if it like popped out open and then you click to close it. And then another thing that's kind of weird is it doesn't remember your selection.
Right.
So if you go to an offline chat and you click to open the chat room and then you close your browser and reopen it, then it opens up with the chat closed again. And it's just kind of like, well, damn.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, for people in chat that are saying they don't see any of this yet, they're using A/B testing still. So some people have it, some people don't. If you don't have it, you can see a lot of information on like their blog page. I think has a lot of this information there. And also, if you just go check out the streamer Twitter, a lot of people are posting images and whatnot of all of it. If there is a good thing here, the schedule sure is cool.
Schedule's awesome.
Like that,
Like
let me
10
get
to
mine.
10.
I know it's filled
Fantastic new feature, fantastic addition. Credit where it's due, man. There's actually a good amount of new cool things with the offline stuff. It's just unfortunately, and there's a lot of bad stuff with it too. It's unfortunate, but there's a lot of good stuff with this too. The schedule being probably one of the best new parts.
Yeah. So it auto fills in the VODs from the previous days, and then of course you have stuff that you could plan, and then even when you're live, it still shows the schedule later that day, and it also shows that it's live, like that we're live right now with drop frames where drop frames are supposed to happen. So all that stuff is great.
They made it so editors can work on that stuff.
Yes, I didn't set any of this up. Reggie set all this up. That's awesome. That was not initially there from what I was told. That was something they added in after the fact. So it's great that they launched with that because that's huge. Even though it admittedly serves kind of a smaller subset of streamers because most streamers don't have an editor unless you're of certain size. So
although
really awesome
now that they're giving all these new abilities out, like I think it will be people will be a lot more inclined to have like a mod editor when people start volunteering to be mods in their newer channels. It's kind of like, well, does anyone want to be an editor? And they have like a an editor position, just like a mod position.
Yeah, it also auto adjusts your local time zone, so you don't have to worry about that. You don't have to do any time zone converting. It's there. That's great. Yeah. The other thing that I thought was fun, and this is totally a me problem here, on my about page, we now have channel trailers, which I guess the only thing I liken it to is like a YouTube intro trailer or something like that. If you go to try to watch mine and you're not a sub, since my VODs are behind a sub wall, you can't watch it. I've been told this is going to hopefully change. I have no timeline on that. But for the other like 6 people that use VODs behind a sub wall on Twitch, kind of sucks.
Do you mention it? Do you mention it when in the trailer video, in the video, like, congratulations, you're a sub, so you're seeing this?
No. My can I even view my channel trailer? Like, is there a way to view a channel trailer when you're online?
I was just seeing. I don't see an option to do that. Yeah.
So what? Okay.
I think it's only if you're offline.
Okay.
Which I mean would make sense.
Does it though? Like, I guess people could just watch your stream and figure out what you're about, but it would be nice to be like, hey, if you're new here, check out the about thing to see what else we do or what else we're about or something like that. I don't know. It'd be nice if that was like a.
There's a lot.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No,
there's like a lot Twitch could do to make that experience better. Like one other thing I've been talking about for a long time on Twitch is the ability to get us like small clips or things that play basically like a video, except more topical to whatever we're doing.
Right.
So like, for instance, I think it'd be super cool if you could make it so it was like a clip or something you could mandate that whenever someone comes to the channel for the first time in a day, or you could set it to a week or a month, it would then play that clip. So, it would be a clip like for me, like, hey guys, welcome to the channel. We're playing Yakuza 3 today. There may be some VLR at the end of the stream. If you need anything else, just flag a mod down. Here's some changes we've done. Oh, we got a couple new emotes. Anyway, enjoy the show. And it just goes right to the live broadcast. Or even if it was a text-based thing that would pop up. Like that kind of stuff could be huge in getting people on the same page, helping with scheduling. If you could even like link it to VODs and stuff. Hey, if you want to check out the beginning of the playthrough, check this VOD out.
For me, that's the biggest use of the clip tool on my channel is here's a minute thoughts on the game that I'm playing. Because we all get asked, every streamer gets asked, hey, how are you enjoying blank? And you have to say the same thing that you've said the other 100 times you've been asked, how are you enjoying blank? And it's not necessarily that that's a bad thing you're being asked that. It's just nice to be able, hey, watch this clip because I'm going to continue streaming and not respond to that and break the flow of the stream. So yeah, if they had some sort of that stuff, like you're saying, where I could just play that video for them, or like, some sort of extension. Where
and of course, it would be important that all this stuff is optional. Of course, some people are here every day and they don't need that stuff. So it would be more for like new viewers. It would be even cooler if you could set that video for people that have never been in the channel before.
Yes.
So like first time visitors to the channel, like would then get that video. That kind of stuff could be great.
Yeah. Zeke, what are your thoughts on all this? Is this your first time seeing some of this stuff? We haven't asked you at all yet, so please, your thoughts.
It is. It's my first time seeing most of this stuff. Unfortunately, I've been trying to like fucking see what you guys are talking about, but some I'm guessing one of my third-party programs is fucking with my ability to see chat, because I go to a channel and I get like the video and the chat comes up for like a hot second, and then the chat goes black. So something's fucking with it, so I can't see like chat on like a regular channel. Now I have like a like the pop out that I can like just put the name of the streamer in. So like I have the like twitch.tv/pop-out/itmeJP.
Yeah.
Like for your chat. So I can just put whoever's name in there to get the chat to pop out, but I can't get it to show up on the channel. So I'm like, fuck, I wish I had an opinion on this, but shit ain't showing up for me. So, and that's my problem, I'm sure. Something is conflicting.
Yeah, some WD40 in chat says if you're using Better Twitch TV, the left side chat is broken right now.
Fuck. Okay, that's what it is.
Yeah. So
thank you.
Left side chat's broken. That's why.
I love left side chat. I don't know why.
That just seems like.
Speaking of left side, just real quick, what the fuck? I feel so fucking weird, dude.
Oh yeah, we swapped places.
What am I doing over here? This is
explanation for that.
It smells like you.
I know. I had to clean up over here before I moved. It was rough. So please clean up after yourself. Territory. I'll be back over there in due time. Just treat it as not your own. Okay, someone else lives there, and I'll do the same. I'll make sure I'll leave some cookies over here for you when you return. Whenever that is. Basically, whenever green screens become a thing that you can order again, because apparently green screens are the hottest commodity right now on the internet, and they're nowhere to be sold. Unless you go to a fabric store or a fabric website. But yeah. Anyways, I don't know if there's anything else that I think general sentiment, at least among streamers that I've seen for this change, is not necessarily the most positive. From a viewer perspective, I'm curious to see, because I think one thing that streamers forget sometimes is that most of these changes, I would hope, are data-driven. And so with that in mind, I wonder if users don't care as much as streamers do about this stuff. But that's one of those things where I just don't know because I haven't seen the data. And, general sentiment that I've seen is all from streamers. Because it's so fresh, I haven't really had a chance to hear what chat says and stuff like that. But, yeah. I don't know. It seems kind of a little bit of both in my chat. At least I don't know what else chat is saying. People seem fine with it. People seem whatever with it.
Could use some more work, but yeah.
I mean, that's Twitch in general, right? That's Twitch : could use some more work.
Yeah.
Well, the biggest issue, like the biggest problems arise from systems being implemented, them getting a flood of feedback on what needs to change, and then absolutely nothing changing.
Yeah.
So with something as important as the kind of presentation of our communities and everything we do, hopefully they will take some of this feedback to heart. And a lot of it's pretty simple. Like, a toggle for static numbers on the page would be super easy. Being able for us to display the bar that you see after clicking on the logo on the main page. Like this is stuff that I feel like they could kind of easily knock out if they wanted to. So, and again, the more options, the better. If we get more options, like awesome.
Yeah.
That's all we could ask for at this point. Keep it exactly how it is. Just let us change it around a little bit.
Right. I'm trying to find. I think this is my. This is the funniest change. So we're back on Bikeman's page. On any streamer's channel that has not changed it yet, they have taken your channel color, which is what happens when you like hover over a video player of your channel, or when someone subscribes, the little like color that's next to it, and your username, and created a step and repeat as the background by default. So that's why it says Bikeman over and over and over and over, and it's purple. The worst part about this is when you go to upload a background, it just says upload background, and there are no guidelines for what dimensions could be used, what's going to be viewable. It's just like upload background. Good luck.
Tile.
Can you see my? There's no way for you to see my offline page.
I might be able to go to your about page. Let me see.
Okay.
Let me see if I can do that.
Because I uploaded my logo, my Zeke with 3-bar logo, and it's like it's like the entire background. I was like, oh, it's gonna repeat, like like the thing did. No, it just goes, and it's like this big blurry mess because it's up so close.
Yeah, like I really wish they had some sort of guidelines on what is actually happening in that particular background thing. Like, what are the size limits? How do we know the areas that are viewable? Like, I don't know much about design, but I think those type of documents are pretty widely used on many pages, so you can actually design appropriately when you're putting something in there from like a user created type deal. But yeah, I guess the other situation is like how many people are actually going to see that. So maybe that's why they didn't put that much resources into it. And then, you have your little about thing. I think that's like 300 characters, which you can see while I'm talking about. I'll just show it. Zeke here, has his little about page. Then you can put your YouTube and Twitter.
The link stuff is cool too.
You can put multiple links actually. I think. Cohh, do you have like your website, or have either of you tried to put like your website there? Does it let you link your website?
Yeah, I've got like Twitter, YouTube. Let's see what else do I have in there. I've got Twitter, YouTube, the Coalition Steam group, my website, and my GOG referral link.
Okay. What is it? What is the icon? Does it just use like a little globe, like a World Wide Web icon for your?
A little link.
Okay.
A little chain link.
I don't know why I'm asking you. I can just go to your page and see what it looks like.
Hey, we could also Google everything we ask Cat every day.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So this the text here that Cohh put in is stuff that he put with the links behind it. Then it just used the little like link icon for it. So that's cool. Oh, it also pulls in a Steam logo. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that stuff's great. It would be nice if in this about thing they had a button to watch trailer or watch channel video, or more things pulling to that video that they seem to want to have emphasis on, but you can't access it unless a channel is offline. That would be nice to be able to have like more awareness of what a streamer is about. So, 1 second. Shannon, who's in the chat and friend of the show, is texting me a bunch, so I'm just catching up.
Wait a second. So I just happen to go into my settings, and it says username, which is my Twitch username, CohhCarnage.
Yeah.
And it says you may update your username.
Yeah, so, don't do that. That'll change your channel.
I know. But, like I remember way back in the day when I asked them if I could switch to Cohh without the Carnage, and they told me there's no way that they could do that at the time because there was like all the subs and the connections and everything would just not work. If you're a partner, can you just change your name now?
I don't know. Are we about to see a new Cohh?
No, I'm not touching this shit. Hell no.
They should really put like some major like, don't click this button, because it's kind of drastic.
Maybe it just works now. Maybe they fixed that. It's all back and front and stuff that just kind of works. Like I know that anyone can change your Twitch name, but I was specifically told, because I asked around the time they rolled out the initial like you can change your name now stuff. I said, can I do that as a partner? And they were like, no, like that would break too many things. Granted, I mean, that was years ago.
Yeah.
So maybe that entire thing has been changed now, but interesting.
All right, Zeke, take the 3 off your name and the underscore. Let's see if it works. Try to change.
Okay.
No, don't do it. Don't do it. I'm
Don't
serious.
do
What?
it. please.
It'll ruin. Wait, are you just the Zeke?
Oh.
Are you just the Zeke now? Do I need to up?
No, I didn't do it yet.
Okay.
But I did ask recently about I did ask about changing my name like to just Zeke, just
Yeah.
Zeke. And I looked at whoever's page, whoever owned it and stuff.
Offered him
And
some money.
well, no, I saw that I asked about their activity. Like, are they active? Have they been active for a while? Like, yeah, they're still active. So, like, all right. No
Yeah.
big deal.
Yeah,
It'd be
a lot-
difficult
a
to get
lot
it
of-
across all platforms. Like, I have Ezekiel _III on
Everywhere.
So
Yeah.
it's very nice.
Right.
By the way, I to talk to some stuff I'm seeing in chat. I know partners can change their names. Lots have, like, and that's something you can do. But like, I was just wondering if it's like literally a process. I click a button and put a new name in my profile, and it's done, or is it like an involved thing? Like it sounded like it was back in the day. But from everything I'm seeing right now, it's like, yeah, apparently it's just kind of fire and forget these days. So they must have really done a lot of work in that system.
Yeah.
I looked at it.
That's good. Here's an example from Sacriel's page. Is what happens when you upload your normal offline image. It looks bad. Like, the page,
God.
the page doesn't know what to do with that. So, yeah, some guidelines around what that background should look like in terms of the negative spaces and what's actually shown and the resolutions would be great. You know? Be
Yeah, couldn't
awesome.
all that be handled with just like a preview?
They do have a preview, but it's only after you've uploaded it. Funny enough.
Oh, okay.
It's usually what I have seen in other websites where users upload like backgrounds, like Twitter, for example. They have an image and then they show you like viewable areas, and in those viewable areas, it's like, you know, grayed out. And then everything else is transparent, and they like offer that image to users so that when you're creating such assets, you know what to do, you know what to design around. There's just nothing on this one. It just says upload channel background, and that's it. And then there's an upload button. So hopefully they adjust that. Again, not the biggest thing, because like if you're live, you never even really see this page.
While you have Sacco's page open, go to theater mode real quick.
How do I do that?
I don't know.
Do I open up chat?
This is what I read. Tell JP to go to theater mode on Sacco's page, then he'll get the offline image.
Right.
Alt E?
I think they're talking about this, because that's theater mode right there.
Okay, is that the whole offline image?
Yeah,
I think.
yeah, that's the image that
so
they
it's
uploaded
like
to the
fits
background.
That is that what it's fitting everything to? In that case?
No, I think they're saying this is what the full offline image is supposed to look like, and that's what's uploaded as the background.
Okay.
I think is what they're saying. I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't think these are related at all.
I always thought Sacco's offline image had a huge afro. No, that's not what that is. It's a, you know what? Never mind.
Anyways,
Let's just go with that. It sounds a lot funnier.
yeah. Oh. So what was that transition? So if you go from the offline page and you click here, oh, okay, it like loads it quickly and puts in the background. Yeah. Anyways, that needs to be addressed in some form. Does Sacral have a channel trailer? Oh, so you have to click 3 times on the carousel for it to play. Chris, maybe make... Oh, okay, here we go. There you go. Yeah, great. It's weird that that's 3 things to the right.
What were the first ones? Past broadcast?
There's only 3. Yes, there's the VOD from yesterday, the most recent highlight, and then the offline channel trailer. What does this look like on mobile? Have they changed anything of that?
Let me see. Mhm.
Are you using the mobile app or
You want to use the mobile app?
No, because I think that has its own design thing, I would think.
Okay, it does. It's completely different.
I would guess like using Chrome to
You
open
want to
up.
go like use the web? Just go to the website on your phone.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
Someone in the chat saying no changes to the Amazon Fire Stick version of Twitch. Yeah. I mean, that'll be the... Isn't that the thing? I don't know much about design, and I don't think any of us are touting that we do. But aren't you supposed to have the same looking website across all your different pages, from like mobile to app to desktop client to like, isn't that all supposed to be similar? Or is that not the case anymore?
Well, I mean, I feel like in a perfect world, but with so many size limitations and touch screen and all sorts of different stuff,
Sure.
like I don't know how feasible that is.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I guess that
I mean,
makes sense.
yeah.
Yeah. I guess supposed to. The pipe dreams always exist. So yeah, that's all that stuff. Still in A/B testing. Hopefully they're gonna address a lot of the stuff and take some feedback. But yeah, I don't know. Any other final thoughts or anything like that on the channel pages? I think a lot of people right now are just kind of like, eh. Like,
Yeah,
I can
I
full
think
screen a video player and it's gonna be fine. I still see the stream.
if they do something to adjust the hidden aspect of clicking the logo and give streamers a little bit more options, I think it could be like just fine.
Yeah.
I think again, just like most Twitch features, it released needing more work. But then the hope is that they just put in more work. I'm sure they'll be able to. Hopefully, they won't move on to the next thing. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's a pretty big deal. Like it's not one particular thing. It's like the front facing portion of Twitch in that sense.
Yeah.
So seems like a big deal.
Have they still haven't done anything like about the panels, right? The channel panels.
No, and it's weird too. We were talking about this before the show. Like they made them a little bit more front and center when you go to the about page, and it's just there, and nothing changed. Nothing has changed about that product in what, 5 years? Like maybe even more than that. I don't know when panels launched, but it seems like it was forever ago. And they're just kind of basic.
All I want is
I don't know if
the
that's
top button. That's all I want.
Yeah.
It's funny. That's
well, and also like I want it to be static. Like no matter how big the page you have is, I want it to be static. I want those panels to stay where they are.
Yeah.
Because if you like make your windows small, like the smaller and bigger you make your windows, the panels fucking move around and jumble up.
Yeah.
And shit like that. But like, I don't know. I know like if you're watching on this like small thing, it's gonna be like super small text and stuff, but like at least it'll stay where I want it, underneath the video player.
Right.
Yeah.
I was about to ask, Cohh, how do I get to your... Okay, there we go. I don't even know how to navigate this thing yet. There we go. Okay, we're all good. We're good for a normal show. So yeah, hopefully that changes. Or some of that stuff gets looked at and they take some of the feedback, because there's a lot of it right now on Twitter.
Twitter is kind of on fire. So there is no question that they have no shortage of feedback to work from.
Yeah.
Now we'll just have to see what they pick and choose from the sea of feedback coming their way.
Yeah. It's a little bit weird because a lot of times, like, the loudest voices are not necessarily the best voices, including ours. Like, we have a large audience that'll listen to us, but
dude, Shannon, she's right here, dude. She's in the chat, dude.
I mean, I'm trying not to say her or Shannon, but thanks, Zeke, for outing me. But yeah, you're trying to serve the masses, not the singular person here. So I think if people try to think with that lens when it comes to this stuff, that's pretty imperative, because Twitch is serving the millions and millions of people that visit the site every day, not the 20 streamers on Twitter right now that have, 10,000 likes. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'm sure they'll come out and hopefully say some stuff and talk about it. I do know that a lot of employees are engaging in a lot of those conversations on Twitter, which is awesome to see. It's not like private discussions. There's a lot of public discussions and stuff like that. And that's awesome to see. It's cool to see them responding to that type of stuff.
Yeah, it's also really cool to see them. Like, a lot of times people will have very powerful things to say about questionable decisions. And it's nice to get some insight being like, well, we did it because we were thinking of this, or we were thinking about it this way, or we made that decision that you hate because of this. And sometimes that offers like some really good insight into what they're thinking on that kind of stuff. So
yeah,
I mean, it's really nice to see that. It also kind of humanizes the decisions and everything, which has been good too. So shout out to them for responding to almost all the feedback I've seen. Like, almost all these major threads from partners have at least one Twitch person chiming in at some point. So
yeah.
That's really good. It's really good.
Definitely a good look. Let's talk about the summer showcase series of a singular thing this morning. Cohh, you were up and streaming. Zeke, it was 8 a.m. where you were. I was watching in bed because I'm not going to get up because I figured it was going to be a 4-minute trailer than a 50-minute interview, and that's what it was. Go ahead, Cohh.
So I have this problem that many of my long timers know about, and it's called assuming, and it makes an ass out of me and me almost all the time. Mm-hmm. So here's the thing: when Jeff Keighley kind of stepped up, and he was basically like, "I'm going to replace E3 with Summer Games Festival," and I was one of the people that even on that initial tweet, I was like, "Yeah, this is gonna be fun. This is gonna be cool." So he had like the game reveal yesterday. It was of Tony Hawk 1 and 2. Awesome. Like, I know a lot of people were super excited about that, and he had the interviews and stuff. So then today, when he said, like, we're going to have an hour-long showcase.
Yeah.
The last time I heard showcase and anything related to E3, I assumed that there would be multiple games, multiple reveals. Like, I got pretty excited for it. I was like, cool, we're going to have like a mini showcase. Like, that word has some weight in the E3 world. So I was like, cool, we got a showcase. So what happened is when the trailer started.
Wait, hold on. Oh, yeah, never mind.
Were you gonna do what happened?
I was, but I gotta fucking never mind. I don't want to complain about my OXLR.
There we go.
I got you. I'll be on soundboard duty today.
Yeah,
it's fine.
So what now? What happened was as people in chat are saying, this isn't Jeff's fault. I kind of baited myself because I assumed that we were going to get like games and stuff. So I went in with some expectations that weren't met on my own prop. Like, that was my fault. It was totally on me. What we got was it initially started with 2 guys, and they were like, "Hey, we're here to show you Unreal 5." And I was like, "Oh, this wasn't what I was expecting at all. This is an interesting choice to make for a showcase and what to start with." And it started showing the I know it said interview on a tweet, but they had interviews with the game reveal yesterday. So that doesn't mean anything. They can interview and have game reveals. So they started the tech demo, and instantly, like, I was pretty impressed. And the tech demo continued, and it's like, this is really cool. And then, they said it was running on a PS5, which was also really nice. And they kept talking, and what it ended up being is about 10-ish minutes of a gameplay demo, maybe a little bit less, and then about 40 minutes of a mix between like interviewing the Epic guys on Unreal 5 and commercial stuff, which is to be expected. I mean, Jeff Keighley is like fully inserted in the industry. It's how he funds all this stuff. So whenever you see his stuff, you can assume there's going to be a little bit of like commercial stuff in it. That's fine. That's it's how he's making his money. So that's what it ended up being. It was basically the Unreal Engine 5 tech demo display, followed by about 40 minutes of interviews with 3 of the team, including Tim Sweeney, talking about the engine, talking about their plans for it, talking about Epic infrastructure, how they want to insert themselves into the scene, and things of that nature. I ended up watching all of it. And even though, of course, I'm not super into the commercial aspects of it, there was a good amount of information about the engine and where they want to go with it and kind of their plans with it. There's some Fortnite stuff. As people know, I'm not really a Fortnite guy, so more power to those that are. But that stuff wasn't too interesting. There was a specific dude on the panel, though. Excuse me, his name escapes me, but he was the dude on the bottom right.
Yeah.
And I really liked whenever he got on, because he didn't talk about like anything commercial. He was just like, let's talk about the tech.
He was
Here's
a
what it can
dev.
do. At one point, he was like, don't get your expectations up. Like he seemed to be like the real dude on the show. So every time, and he also had a great accent. So every time it went to him, like that was kind of fun. But yeah, it was. I kind of wish, and it's made me a little bit hesitant about future Summer Games Festival stuff because now I'm never quite sure what it's going to be. I thought this was going to be like mostly just game related stuff. It makes sense that there's Unreal Engine 5 stuff there, but this also means that we could see like there's all sorts of other tech that isn't game stuff that could be here. And really at the end of the day, like I'm kind of watching this stuff more for the game stuff. So I'm hoping it's a little bit more upfront about the content moving forward. But of course, the little you never know what it is until you're there kind of thing, I'm sure works for them. So.
Yeah. Also, but so what you're seeing here.
Oh, that was Kim Librelli. Kim Librelli. Thank you.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Well, do you know did they say what his actual title was was he like chief architect or some shit? Oh, CTO. Okay. Yeah, cool. What we're seeing here is a 4K YouTube video streamed at 1080p 60 at 8,000 bitrate. If you want to see this in kind of its purest form, I'd say go watch the YouTube video of this in 4K. It's a tech demo of Unreal 5 engine. I forgot what they're calling it, but they're saying a lot of buzzwords.
Two things to mention. The demo is really impressive. Like the demo, it's getting smaller and smaller. If you are at all a tech head or like, oh, hi Zeke. If you are at all,
I got something you need to hear. Hold on.
Oh Jesus, I'll fix this.
Yeah.
Sorry.
If you are at all interested in the tech behind these games or the engine, it's definitely worth a watch. And also, to be clear, some of the stuff that Unreal 5 is doing is really, really impressive. Like getting rid of baked-in lighting, like some of the ways they're doing the loading stuff. It not only was a gorgeous demo, but Unreal Engine 5, which I said is coming in 2021, it's a big step forward.
Oh, this is gorgeous. Yeah.
The engine itself is doing some really, really cool stuff. So what's also kind of fun is, Epic is also doing this recent stuff. It kind of went under the radar for most people, but they're also doing this. There's this new indie game thing they're doing. I'd love to have Rami on at some point to talk about that. I've talked with him briefly about it in PMs, and he's had some very positive things to say about it. But having something as powerful as UE5 and then kind of tie that into the indie element where they make it available and also help them promote it and do all sorts of stuff could lead to some really cool projects that may have not seen the light before in the future.
Yeah.
So, there's some very positive stuff about UE5 and some stuff to be excited about as gamers.
Yeah. This thing right here, and I think actually in this video where they were talking about this, they were like, there's, with the new console generation, there's going to be very little load times. In fact, it's going to be seamless. And then they show the like age-old loading screen sequence that's been used in games for the past 5 years of like a tight, close shop going between a corridor. Why would they do that? Like unless they're trying to show like how detailed it looks up close, I guess. I don't. That was a little weird to me. I know it's not a loading screen, but the thing is that it has been a loading screen for the past 15 years, right? So it's like taking what the general audience knows.
It was a little bit confusing.
Yeah.
There's no question. Like, it wasn't a loading screen. They actually did that specifically. I think they did some sound stuff during it, maybe.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it was a little weird knowing that that's kind of where we know that tight little move back and forth sequence from. So it was a little weird. But yeah. They were doing a lot of stuff in here. They showed the bats coming out. They talked about how that was a different part of their technology. The lighting and when she gets to the top of this thing and goes to the cave, they talk a lot about how the lighting is all done in real time, which is really cool as well. And there's a lot of things this engine is doing. The scarf they talk about when they're going up here. If you look at her scarf, that's all like being done on the fly. So yeah, I mean there's a lot of really powerful, cool things coming with this engine.
Yeah, the big thing is when it gets into full motion towards the end of this. So we'll watch the full like 9-minute clip.
Now this is just a tech demo, meaning it's not a game.
Yeah,
like it's not like
not a game.
It's a tech demo running in real time on PS5 on a PS5 dev kit. I think is what they said.
Yes, and they actually made it clear to say that it's going right from the PS5 into the output. There's nothing in between or anything like that. But it is important to mention as a tech demo, this is like near perfect conditions for what we're seeing right now, which is almost never how it is in the game. So it's not like this is what every game is going to look like coming out, especially like at how buttery it was running. So, and there's going to be discrepancies for sure, but it's still, even that being said, it was pretty damn impressive.
Yeah, it's very pretty looking when compared with current
buttery 30 FPS.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a whole nother conversation, I think.
Lots of bugs in it, as you can see there.
Yeah, tons of bugs. Do you think is it a marketing thing that's like, this is running off of PS5 hardware? Is that a marketing thing? Like, could it be running off of Xbox stuff if Xbox paid enough for that?
It's kind of funny throughout the spoken part. There was some weird kind of like nods that, like, at one point, Jeff Keighley even asked, like, so tell us about the different, and they kind of like danced around a little bit. I don't know if there was like something going on behind the scenes a little bit. I'm guessing there was maybe some Sony influence in there, but
that was a little weird.
Who knows, right? They don't have to hashtag add any of this, so we'll never know for sure.
Yeah. It's a little.
We'll never know.
I found that a little bit interesting, especially with the
if
presentation we got from Xbox last week with zero gameplay.
Yeah, you would think that, like, maybe if they were really wanting to show off the power of the Unreal system, they would have had, like, here it is, split screen, Xbox and PS5, like, kind of like, we can do it on everything, here's a PC variant, like, that was but they some people in chat are saying, though, maybe it had something to do with the SSD, but I mean, I don't know how that is in the newer Xboxes because I know nothing about that, so maybe that's related. This was really cool too. Like, they had a really detailed statue that they kind of show off, and it is a crazy detailed statue. And then the next scene, she walks into a room, and they're like, "Yeah, there's like 100 of these in here." It's just like, oh, okay, well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
There were some fun elements.
This thing, she walks through this like door /
500. Excuse me. Apparently, there's 500 of those things in this room.
There you go. This is like the big reveal where they can kind of show a pretty big landscape, which is pretty fucking good looking. I'll even, I don't know what this is going to look like, but that looks fine. It looks really pretty, especially if you're watching like the 4K version of it. And it's the type of thing where I wanted to like play this.
Yeah, me too.
I was like, I'd play a game where I have really superhuman abilities and can fly through a thing like this. It looks pretty good. Yeah.
Reminds me of Uncharted a little bit.
Yeah, like superhero Uncharted.
Powers. Yeah. And a Stargate.
This portal in particular, what I guess portal is what you would call it. I don't know what the fluidity of it or whatever, just looks really cool. Like there's a lot going on there and normal. Like, I think back to looking at like, I don't know, Dragon Age 2 portals or something like that. And then looking at that, it's like, holy shit.
Nanomachines, JP.
It might be nanomachines. That's a good way to say it.
It's nanomachines, son.
Yeah. Yeah. It's probably nanomachines. So, yeah. That was the Unreal Engine 5. And then they talked to Keighley for about, like 50 minutes, something like that? 45 minutes, something like that. So if you want to watch the full interview, I would assume that's on summershowcaseseries.com or whatever
I think
that page
there's
is.
a whole website. Yeah. Summergamesfestival.com. Let me see here.
Yeah. Just so we know where people to go.
All of this, by the way, is on the Game Awards. That was causing some confusion. It's twitch.tv/the Game Awards, I think, or Game Awards. Is where it was all happening. Yeah.
That's unfortunate. In the sense that I guess he built up that channel, right? So you would go on the channel that you have already built up to stream to.
Yeah. It is kind of weird. Summergamesfest.com. I think you nailed it.
Cool. And I do want to circle back and kind of echo what you said there in the beginning. It's weird having kind of what would happen at E3 happen over the course of 3 months or 4 months. Because, for example, last night, the three of us were like, are we going to get up and restream this? Like, should we watch this? Like, today was just Tony Hawk, and it was like a 40-minute interview and then like 2 minutes of gameplay. Do you want to get up at 8 a.m. and restream this and then go offline for 2 hours? Like, how are we going to handle this? And I don't know how to do any of that for any of this moving forward. And maybe that's just the industry at large is kind of in the same
And it's
place.
going to make it even more difficult when we have no idea what's going to be on, because it's
Yeah.
going to be like, I mean, there's going to be let's just be upfront about this. There's going to be entire shows that we're just not interested in, that we just don't care about. Like
Yeah.
one of these shows is probably going to be an entire show on Fortnite. None of us play Fortnite. And it's like, we may not know that until 5 minutes before the show. So it's kind of like, it makes it, not only does it make it hard because it's not at a static time every day, but they're like all over the map in terms of days and terms of time. Like the Ghost of Sashimi thing, I'm so disappointed.
Yeah.
Tomorrow it's at 4. It's like, that's when I have to leave every day. Like now I'm gonna have to miss that, and that sucks. Speaking of which, I got a lot of questions today. Are you guys gonna be doing that?
I'll
tomorrow,
be watching it
Drop
on my stream. I don't know if, because it's just it's like an 18-minute gameplay video that they're gonna play. So I don't know if it's worth doing like a drop frames when we could just talk about it next week.
I think I'm gonna
show.
watch it at the beginning of the next day.
Yeah,
and
yeah, like
go from there.
It's weird, right? Because usually that stuff would be incorporated into a much larger presentation with other PlayStation titles, and now it's
That
just
would be
kind of
like
its
a
own thing.
cornerstone of a showcase at
Yeah.
E3.
Yeah,
Like,
it's what you would end on potentially, right?
exactly,
Like,
exactly.
yeah. It's a weird thing. And they've announced more stuff even since last week. That's been up there. We also have it kind of put together. I wouldn't say it's a finished product at the moment, but if you go to dropfram.es/calendar, one of my mods has kind of put together a calendar showing everything that's coming up. Eventually, we want to try to put like an icon or a thing that says like, yes, Drop Frames will be restreaming this. No, Drop Frames will not be restreaming this. But this is kind of everything that there has been announced thus far. The Gorilla Collective is something that was announced, I think, earlier this week. Maybe that was Monday.
Yes.
It's got a
Larian
lot.
is with that one.
Yeah, Larian's inside of that. Paradox is in that. The PC gaming show has been like worked into that or something. And Sean and Frankie are hosting that again. Like,
yeah, Day9's back in, man. Awesome.
So there's a lot of stuff still happening. That's all happening between Saturday, June 6th through the 8th. Also, I know this is small text. Just it's because the Google Calendar is small text.
There you go.
There we go. That looks a little bit better.
See, after the Ghost of Sushi thing tomorrow, then we don't have anything for like a few weeks.
Yeah. Well, potentially.
Wait, is that accurate though?
I don't know. Potentially. We'll see.
And apparently June 6th is a small E3.
Right. Yeah, that's from 1 to 5:30.
Wow.
But that's supposed to continue on through the 7th and 8th. So I don't. Again, it's the type of thing like at E3, all this stuff is pretty spelled out in terms of what's going to happen when. With it being over such a long, like 2 or 3 month period, it's kind of, not necessarily an E3, which is a hard thing to cover. In the terms of how we've covered it in the past. I think.
Can I just say how hilarious this line is? Christ, I was freaking out. The calendar had events from my personal calendar on it. I forgot Google combines your own calendar with whatever you're looking at.
So there is a funny story there. What the mod who made that, I was like, hey, are we good to like share this out and tweet this out? And they go, wait a minute. Do you see birthdays with addresses on your calendar? And I go, no. And they go, oh God, okay. I thought I left that stuff in there. No, it pulls in your own Google Calendar and it links with it. That's why it takes a second.
That one
like
guy
connect.
that got confused. I'm sorry, we aren't all celebrating your birthday next week.
It's
I'm
true.
sorry. Like,
Yes.
it's not on the main calendar.
Yes.
But that being said, happy birthday, and I hope you have a good one.
Yeah, happy birthday. Good luck. Hope it's a good one. I've never said good luck to someone for their birthday, but I think I'm going to make that a thing because it makes it much more exciting.
Good
Who
luck.
knows?
Can you pull it up again?
What?
Real quick, the calendar.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Scroll up a little bit. Okay. That's all I wanted. That's all I wanted. I just wanted to see something.
Gotcha. You were making me nervous because it was like,
I know, right?
did I?
I was like, what did
something
you
up
do?
there?
Yeah, I didn't mean to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, hey, is that your actual address on the screen there?
Yeah.
By the way, don't forget that colonoscopy next week, huh? You got to be
Yeah.
early for those.
True.
Forget fluid.
I don't know why that's a Boston doctor, but you know, they're the best at colonoscopy. Apparently, you know, they give the best ones there.
Oof.
I don't know if this was announced. EA Plays coming up on June 11th. Ubisoft was out there talking about their stuff. They're calling it the Ubisoft Forward. That's on July 12th. So hopefully,
What were the big things with that? Did they announce that like are we going to see Valhalla gameplay? Gameplay? Did they announce anything else with it?
let's see. Let's go to Ubisoft Forward. See what they say.
Yeah, some people kept are talking about an NVIDIA thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, apparently there's something. NVIDIA is doing something tomorrow. I have no idea.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't know. This
Is
is
it
all
tomorrow?
they said. I'll look here in a second. This is all they said here about the Ubisoft Forward thing. With physical gaming shows around the world postponed due to the COVID-19 pandemic, Ubisoft will be hosting its first digital conference called Ubisoft Forward on July 12th at 12 p.m. PDT, 9 p.m. CST. Get ready for an E3 style showcase with
there we
plenty
go.
of exclusive game news, exciting reveals, and much more.
Cool.
Nice.
That'll be fun. Yeah, excellent.
Well, also, like, I think with the quarantine stuff, you'd think it'd be easier to get like the biggest celeb names that you could possibly get, because all they have to do is pipe in from home, and everybody kind of like forgives quality, like the quality of the audio, the quality of the video, and shit like that. Like, I think you can get some really big names because they don't have to fly out there, they don't have to dress up, they don't have to get like, you know, they can pre-record shit.
Yeah,
I
maybe.
don't know, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
That's what I do. My ass quality every week.
Oh, I didn't know what you were saying. I was like, wait, is Cohh saying he's like a celebrity and he calls into the show?
No. I'm just saying I have crappy quality. That's all I'm saying. I'm about as far from a celebrity as you can get, dude.
That's why I was like, wait a minute. What? I'm trying to figure out. Let me
No.
jump through this. Like,
Oh,
okay,
God,
I think was saying. Oh God.
Have you not seen my show? It's terrible.
I have not seen any of this NVIDIA stuff. I'm looking at their Twitter. They're like big Twitter, and I don't see anything of that. So,
Okay. It was more than one person.
Watch
Okay.
the GT20 keynote to learn about the latest innovation in AI, HPC, data science, robotics, graphics, and more. The video will be posted at 6 a.m. on May 14th. NVIDIA.com/GTC.
That was like the TED Talk last year or the year before, maybe.
Gotcha. Yeah, the GTC keynote is what that is. That's so. Hold on. What is GT?
Oh, somebody says it's data center stuff, not gaming stuff.
Yeah, it says GTC Digital is a great training, research, insights, and direct access to the brilliant minds of NVIDIA's GPU technology conference now online. Register for free to schedule live events if you'd like to attend or view the extensive catalog. Mark your calendar to view the blah, blah, blah keynote with Jensen. Yeah, so I don't think that's like a consumer keynote thing. But I guess we'll see. I don't know.
Cool.
Yeah. Who knows? It's all weird. Nothing makes sense anymore. People are just making shit up as they go along from a company standpoint. Was there anything else gaming news? What's going on? What is this?
Oh, the Mafia remaster. Have you seen the screenshots?
I've seen the video that's here. What is this? A full remaster?
Well, I mean, I don't even know what they're calling it right now. But if you look at the screenshots from 1, like, they're gorgeous.
Oh,
3, I mean, 3 is pretty.
Huh. Let me pull up the
you don't
screenshots.
Yeah. Oh, the one is a remake. The 2 is a remaster. Okay. There you go.
How many have there only been 2 Mafias, or there have been 3?
There's been 3. There was Mafia 1, which
There's
was like
been 3. Okay.
Yeah, the big Mafia game. Mafia 2, which was also really, really good. And then Mafia 3 was like not really like 1 and 2. It was a very different. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, very different.
Do they change time
Mafia 1 and
periods?
2 are awesome though. Mafia 1 and 2 are like
Yeah, they do, Zeke.
Okay. Now, having played, this question is mostly to Cohh and chat. Having played the Yakuza games, how does Mafia compare to Yakuza? Like, enjoyment wise, quality wise, that kind of stuff.
Mafia 1 and 2, they're especially 2 are very cool glimpses into the Mafia family style, but they're PC, and to put it bluntly, the Yakuza franchise I feel does a little bit better of a job doing the Yakuza than the Mafia does the Mafia. The Mafia games are
Okay.
cool. Like 1 and 2 are cool games, but like Yakuza is a different flavor, especially in kind of how deep it goes.
Okay, so
But
people are
they're
saying
still
it's more
great
like GTA.
sort of. Yeah, there are GTA elements in them for sure. What I will say
Okay.
is I think that you would very much enjoy these games when they come out. Like they're especially
Okay.
like once if they're gonna remake 1, it's gonna be as pretty as these screenshots are looking, and 2 is also just fun. Like 2 has really cool characters. There's a lot of fun in it. Like I really enjoyed Mafia 2.
Well,
Mafia 1 was
is
a
the
little bit harder.
storytelling
Storytelling's good. There's some good storytelling in both 1 and 2.
okay?
Sure. Yeah.
That's the thing I'm mainly concerned about because I like arguably my favorite movie of all time, Godfather, is like near and dear to my heart. So I think
Yeah.
I may have subconsciously avoided Mafia because of that. Like I just like I don't know how you can do better, like that kind of shit. But like
Sure.
I've never played the Mafia games, and I was just wondering if it's something that's worth going back and checking out.
You should definitely check the new ones when they come out. Like it'd be a great time to check them out, and especially as I will say this. If you freeze, there we go. Okay, if you enjoyed the story of the Yakuza stuff, you will really enjoy the story
Mhm.
of Mafia 1 at least. Mafia 3 is
Okay.
Mafia 3 is kind of this weird outlier. Like I had a good time. I played through all of Mafia 3. It was okay, but it also didn't really feel like 1 and 2 at all. So
Okay.
it's almost like a different perspective that felt kind of out of place with 1 and 2. 1 and 2 being as kind of like standout awesome as they were. Yeah. Yeah. Still fun. I mean, I had fun with Mafia 3. It's not a bad game. It was just very different. Very different.
So this is going to happen on. It says May 19th, so next Tuesday. They're going to have like the remaster of all of them, or
I'm not sure exactly what the plans are. It
Okay.
may be like reveals or stuff like that. I don't think anyone knows yet what like the details.
it just says
on that.
okay. I just
They can
watched
talk
the end of the
about it.
trailer. It says announcement coming May 19th. Okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
Either of you guys big Tony Hawk people?
I was back in the day.
Man, I used to be, dude.
I think everyone kind of was at one point. Everyone's played this game, right? It's like a super insanely popular franchise.
Yeah, man.
Are you at all?
hope
Here's a
they
better
keep all-
question. Are you excited to play the remastered version? Maybe.
As long as they keep all the original songs and maybe like add some more. Like you can feel free to add more songs, but they got to be of the same era.
So
Got to be the same like
wait about 5
like
seconds.
years.
Give the trailer about 5 seconds. Let it get through this, and then maybe one more trick. And I think after they show the legendary skaters, they're going to show the bands, maybe. So I had the same question, Zeke. Same comment.
Okay. Because I want to
There
go
you go.
downtown. I want to beat up drunks.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, Power Man, Bad Religion, Dead Kennedys, Goldfinger,
Nice.
Millencolin. Oh my god! This was my high school. Holy shit!
Yeah.
Lagwagon, fucking Primus. Aw.
They said they'll have most, but not all, I think is what some of the language that I saw going around.
Okay.
But that's definitely like those bands right there were, of that era and what I remember when playing this game for sure.
Now I'm wondering if the updated version has like what the skaters look like now or what they look like then.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the models look really like the game. If you were to tell me this is a brand new Tony Hawk and not a remaster, I'd believe you. Like it looks very good.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know if they like
Just
went
funny
back
enough,
and redid those.
I think a
or
lot
what.
of people would have liked that more.
What? Oh, a new one?
Like just and he's gone. Okay.
Are you back? Are you good?
No, I'm not.
Okay. I think you're good now. Nope. I think Cohh's just dying.
That's so.
You're just straight up dying. They're
I
just
do
pulling
love the
plug.
side by side comparisons, though. Good job.
Nice. This is like a photo booth, but we're on the other side. Like we're only seeing the still shots, and that's it. We're not seeing anything else. I'll tell him to go. He's on his landline, so we'll get him to swap over to a different line here in just a sec, hopefully.
Yeah.
What were you saying, Zeke?
I really enjoyed this side. This is the first time seeing of this trailer. I really like the side by side comparisons of the first and second ones and stuff. And goddamn, did I hours like this is one of the only like sports games. Could it be even considered a sports game? I guess.
Sure, maybe.
A level attack game. I mean, it's a sports game like Trials is a sports game, you know?
Yeah.
But hours, this is one of the last games like that I spent hours and hours and hours playing. I remember I would just like it was a group thing too. Like you went over to one dude's house, like you Mountain Dew and Doritos, and you'd fucking try and beat all the levels of Tony Hawk, getting all of the skate letters, getting all the secret tapes and stuff like that. And some dude would bring over his magazine and be like, dude, there's this fucking Easter egg in Tony Hawk that we gotta find, you know, shit like that.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
No, yeah.
And the music was just top notch.
It was, I watched my brother, we would trade controllers or fight for controllers back and forth, trying to play that game and beating all the different challenges and all that stuff. It's same thing. It's good times.
Well, and I have Tony Hawk to thank for introducing me to tons of different musicians. Like,
oh yeah.
Dead Kennedys. I actually bought a couple like Millencolin albums and Dead Kennedy albums and Bad Religion and shit like that. Like, I had never heard of these fuckers living in Montana.
Yeah.
And then I found like a whole different like life that people were living. It was like, holy shit. Like, there's like punk is everywhere. You just got to find the little pockets of it.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure, Chet, you'll have to correct me here. I think there's like a documentary coming out about Tony Hawk Pro Skater and kind of exactly what you were just saying, Zeke, because one of the biggest aspects of it was not only a great game, but it also introduced so many people to so many different types of music that they would have never, ever been introduced to otherwise. I don't know the name of that doc, and I'm hoping I'm correct there. But yeah, it looks cool. Cohh, are you all good? You back?
I might be a little bit. I switched over to my cell thing. Everything's super chunky on my side, but hopefully at least the audio is getting through.
Okay.
We'll go with that.
Thumbs
But
up.
yeah, weirdly enough, this means that I now can't do this on Spectrum or my cell box. I don't know, man.
Yeah, it's internet's a fickle beast for sure. I don't know if we got your full thoughts though. Tony Hawk Pro Skater, into it?
Oh yeah, looking forward to it, man. I mean, it's just gonna be like a for fun game for me. Like a nice little throwback nostalgia ride kind of thing.
Yeah. Cool.
I'm gonna try to in the Zoom client. Can you like limit upload and download limits? Maybe I can like.
I can.
I'm gonna look into this.
If you want, I can do that for you right now. Yeah.
Like, I would rather have less quality in what I'm seeing from you guys and have like less bit rate used. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'll look into it though. Let's not waste a show on this.
Okay, yeah. I'm not sure if I can limit what you're seeing. That might be on your end. You might be able to do that with just a bandwidth limiter if you just get a third-party program and tell it.
If I do that, then it stalls. Like I have a bandwidth limiter, and it just like it makes it so like it stops loading. It loads in like chunks, so it doesn't work.
Gotcha. We'll work on it.
Need a down
the show. What else is out there? Just kind of running through the news. EA confirmed that Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order is the start of a new franchise. That's awesome. I want to see more of that. That was like last Thursday. What else is out there? We kind of talked about this last week when we were covering the Xbox event. But Aaron Greenberg, which I think was the guy that had the Xbox Series X is a fridge behind him in last week's thing. He went out there on May the 7th, which was was later that Thursday actually, and gave a quote about what they had shown and setting expectations and all that stuff. Let me see if I can find the actual quote of this thing so I can read it here real quick. He said he was responding to a tweet, basically. The original tweet that he was responding to, I can just show this, I think. I just have to be aware there's no spoilers or random messages that I don't want on stream. I think we're good here. All right. So here's the tweet that he's responding to. They stressed the Inside Xbox event would have gameplay trailers and sneak peeks, not just gameplay like many outlets and YouTubers are saying. It's exactly what it was. Bright Memory, Second Extinction, The Ascent, Scarlet Nexus, Call to See, and more had gameplay. And he responded and said, had we not said anything and just shown May Inside Xbox show like we did last month, I suspect reactions might have been different. Clearly, we set some wrong expectations, and that's on us. We appreciate all the feedback and can assure you we'll take it all and learn from it as a team. So, didn't have to go out there and say that, but I think in some sense it's kind of nice that he did.
Yeah.
Because it was a weird event. And in some cases, none of this is normal. And so they're kind of, moving forward as everyone else is and learning, hopefully, from this in terms of how to name things and how to set expectations and what to talk about and all that type of stuff.
Now, as people who are Twitter savvy, tell me if I'm completely out of my mind, but do you think that he replied to that on purpose rather than retweeting with a comment so all of his followers would see it? Or because it more visibility if you retweet with a comment than you just reply. I'm wondering if that's a purposeful thing or it's just I'm out of my mind.
I think he meant to respond to it. I don't think he meant it to be like a PR response. I think he meant to respond to that person directly.
Okay.
It's not like an official Xbox statement. It's Aaron Greenberg, the person, saying that. And I think those are two different things, and they kind of have to be. Like Xbox, the twitter.com/Xbox was not out there saying that. Aaron Greenberg was out there saying that. Those are two distinct things. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens on their next thing. I think their next thing is supposed to be first party and kind of the big deal when they're going to show hardware and things running on that hardware and hopefully real time. In July, I think is when that's all supposed to go down. So we'll see. We'll just have to see how that goes. Hopefully we get a lot more than what we got last Thursday, because that was a very weird showing of whatever that was. But yeah, that was them kind of catching up on that stuff. Sony made a big deal, and maybe this is a big deal, I don't know. They unveiled that they are now launching the PlayStation Studios brand, and that will launch alongside the PS5. And I think will include this opening animation from October onward, I think is what I read. It just looks like a ripped off Marvel intro. If I'm honest, here's the intro right here that you'll see. It features, of course, their biggest first party stuff.
Oh my God, it is! Holy shit!
I mean, it's...
Yeah.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that. It just is what it is. And that's I think, going to be for all their first party stuff. I don't know if that's necessarily news, but it's also weird when people are clamoring for more information about these new consoles, and Sony's like, we've got you. Here's our intro title for all of our games. Enjoy. It's just kind of weird. It's just a weird thing. Yeah. I mean, I guess they paid for potentially whatever that Unreal Engine 5 thing was to be running on PS5 hardware this morning. So maybe let them do the talking for you and you just release a fancy intro. Maybe that's the way to do it.
There you go.
Yeah. And then I guess let Ghost of Tsushima tomorrow speak for itself as well with the 18 minutes. So Weird thing.
Do you guys know anything about this culling thing?
I saw a bunch of people getting
Oh,
upset about it
God.
yesterday. The culling devs are like back and they're putting in microtransactions into their game that are just
Dude,
outrageous.
no.
Is that not it at all?
It's not microtransactions. They're being okay. There's a difference between a microtransaction and paying to play your game. So my numbers may be a bit off, but it's essentially like this. You buy the game for like $6, and then you get a token to play a round. If you win the round, you get another token and can keep playing. If you don't, though, you lose that token, and then you have to pay additional money to get more tokens to continue playing the game. It is one of the most boneheaded, ridiculous monetization schemes I've ever seen in the history of all my years on this earth.
This is a shitty jab. Have you been to an arcade, Cohh?
Dude, I don't buy the arcade machine in an arcade.
You're right. I guess that's
like, seriously. They actually charge you for the product.
Yeah.
And then they have like a subscription service where you can like pay like $5 a month to play all the time or something.
Are they just getting crucified?
Man.
I can already see the pitchforks.
Yeah,
so it's like
pretty much.
They're using like the Dave and Buster's model. Then it's like
that's what it is.
You can play like quarters in, or you get like the play day Dave and Buster's card. Yeah. You can just slide that shit, play whatever you want.
One of the craziest things that I had, and this is less about the culling and more about just my mind being blown. I had it revealed to me or explained to me that arcades are the earliest form of like microtransactions or transactions in games. And you start to think about like how ridiculous some of those schemes were back in the day in terms of what you actually got to play and how easy it was and how hard those games were and how they were just there and designed to like suck money out of people, young kids usually, that didn't know the cost of what was actually happening. I think it was a documentary that I maybe watched on that. It's actually insane how they did all that stuff back in the day.
Well, I think they summed it up really well in the Wayne's World movie when they had Noah from Noah's Arcade on there. It's like, there's a gelatinous cube, and you plunk your quarters in, and you can't beat it. They just keep putting quarters in, and it just kills them every time, or whatever he says. I'm paraphrasing, obviously, but that's totally like fucking arcade games.
Yeah. As soon as I had that like curtain peeled back, I was just kind of like, oh, fuck. Like, they've been doing this for years, and I had no idea. And I was, I probably gave who knows how much money to arcade. I mean, we all did. If you stepped into an arcade and played any games, they were designed to be like super, super difficult to get more money out.
I probably have thousands of dollars in X-Men vs. Street Fighter, like the original.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like, oh, God.
Yeah. I mean, for me, it's like Time Crisis, House of the Dead, Crazy Taxi.
I got to go with the multiplayer double screens like X-Men, Turtles, Simpsons.
Yeah. Oh, totally. Those are like the generation before all the ones I just labeled for sure. I don't think I ever even beat some of those because they were just, it cost $30 to beat one. Not $30, but $30 to like finish one of those games for one person. If you went in there with 4 friends, it's like, it's going to cost you $120 for an hour-long experience.
Dude, you be going to birthday parties of people like from like grades that are like way higher than you or way lower than you. Just like, can I get invited to the birthday party? They're going to fucking Chuck E. Cheese right now. They got the Simpsons game, and they're gonna have like, they're gonna get the package. They're a wealthy family. They're gonna get like 300 tokens, and then you ran out of tokens, and you just like, kids are fucking terrible. Like, I'd be walking around as a kid, like looking at other tables that weren't being guarded and just fucking swipe their tokens and fucking
hold on. Kids are not terrible. You're terrible. You just
there we go. There it is.
You stealing stuff,
dude. Every kid did that in my Chuck E. Cheese. Every kid was like, you knew that when you went to Chuck E. Cheese, you fucking had your tokens on you. You guarded them. You didn't leave them out because you knew that the person at Chuck E. Cheese who left their tokens, like, there's the first birthday here. It's the fucking first. They just left a whole fucking cup full of tokens just sitting on the table. And they go back and you watch them like go back to the counter. It's like, we were supposed to get tokens. Like, oh man, we dropped out your tokens. Like, well, we don't have them. And then they would just give them more tokens. It doesn't cost them anything. It was great. Nobody lost. It was just a little inconvenient for the mom to have to go get more tokens. Because they're not monetary value.
Montana's wild, man. It's
Montana is crazy, man.
Whew.
That is wow.
And you know what?
Wow.
That was my first job. I made pizzas and I was a giant mouse for my first job at 14 years old.
Oh, so you saw some shit.
Awesome.
You saw some shit.
After Twitch, it was my favorite job.
There you go. Oh my God. I can't get the image out of my head where it's like you and some like Brad Pitt or someone from Ocean's 13 like sitting in an arcade like getting ready to just scam some kids out of their coins so the two of you can go get the Simpsons game and beat it.
that new Rick and Morty is like, you son of a bitch, I'm in.
Jesus.
Here's like it's written in crayon, like the Home Alone like map. You roll it out. You're like, all right, I'm gonna need you right here. We need a point man over here.
Yeah, exactly. Jesus Christ. So back to the culling stuff. Cohh, are people actually buying that, or are they just like being upset about it and that's it? I hope that like
I have really only seen people be upset about it.
Okay.
I have heard little to none actually positive feedback on that model.
Because here's the thing. If people are just upset about it, then those guys are idiots. However, if they make money off of that, those guys are kind of smart in a weird, fucked up way. Like they somehow made it work. And that's more telling than the idea in the first place, I would think. But
I haven't said or thought about, I haven't said the word culling or the culling in reference to that game in a long time, and now I'm saying it because of this. So
yeah,
maybe they're, I don't know. Maybe they're doing like a PR thing, like we're gonna say this just to get our name back in there, and then we're gonna retract it. Like, just kidding.
Yeah.
So they tried that with culling too. It didn't work.
That's true. Someone in chat says the 24-hour peak, I guess, for the most recent 24 hours was 9 players. So
almost broke double digits.
Yeah, huge.
I bet one of those guys, one of those people playing is just like, feels like king of the mountain. Like number one, I'm a number one in the world right now.
Yeah, it's like the shroud of the culling.
Yeah.
Whenever you die, you have to just sit there and wait for the round to end to play again.
Yeah, exactly. It's awful.
Oh yeah, one of the 9 is the Deb's mom. It got it's like those like the stand-up comedian. They call them bringer shows, where you have to like, if you want to do like 5 minutes, you have to bring 3 people or 2 people or whatever.
Yeah.
No, sweetie, your game's fantastic. I love it. No, I'm having a great time.
Good Lord. Is there anything else news-wise? We're due for a break. I'm trying to see if I missed anything. Chat, did we miss anything? Now's your time. Hold your peace. Speak now or forever hold your peace. Till next week for 7 days. 6 days and change. There's that Mortal Kombat trailer. Didn't we watch that, though? Yeah, we watched that on
We watched that.
Yeah. There was that Diablo 2 rumor.
Someone said, I asked about that, and someone said there was one that came out today, I guess.
Oh.
It is a different one.
Diablo 2 remastered sometime in 2020 is what they're saying.
Oh.
I'd play that. Probably.
Cool.
It's a 4-minute trailer. You guys want to watch this for Mortal Kombat?
Sure. Wait. This Slim Shady production? Aftermath?
Maybe.
So you're Raiden's brother.
We are partners in Earthrealm's defense.
Are you also partners in incompetence?
Whoa!
Fight!
Is that Frost?
That's not fair. Can't do that. It's not fair.
You're just pressing the same button.
The future of law enforcement.
Okay, that sounds a little better.
When does he have a sniper rifle?
Well, he didn't have it. Bad guys had it to take down RoboCop.
Right, that's right.
So it's from the movie, but I don't know if he ever used it in the movie.
Sure. She's fine. She'll walk away.
Not dead, by the way.
Not dead. Fujin looks really cool.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, he killed an Ed 209 with it. Okay, okay.
So weird to see the Terminator versus RoboCop. He's fine.
Is it actually like Arnold? They get his voice. They get Schwarzenegger's voice.
I don't know.
I think they did actually. Oh no, it's not. That is they did not.
Okay.
They didn't. Okay.
I want to see some fatalities. There we go.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Pulled out the arm skin. I love it.
Jesus, man.
He's fine. He shot him. Does he shoot him in the dick?
Tell me, shoots him in the dick.
That was. He shot him in the dick.
Yeah.
Oh,
nice.
that's pretty cool. That's a good one. Okay.
Wow. Wow.
Mortal Kombat is. Yeah.
Now,
Jesus,
does anybody
man.
know how
I'm
like?
Yeah, man. What were you? Okay. What?
Does anybody know how it ranks? Like how Mortal Kombat ranks among fighting games as far as technical? Like a technical masterpiece. Like would it be in the like top of the tops or?
I think consistent is probably a word.
Okay.
That I would apply there, but I'm not. I'm not like a fighting game guy.
Okay.
We'd have to ask Max for this.
Yeah, we'd have to ask our fighting
I'm
game
curious,
guy, Max.
like asking you guys. I wanted to see what Chad had to say too and stuff like that.
Our local fighting game expert, Maximilian, dude.
I'm seeing almost no highs. I'm seeing a lot of mids and many lows. Low and below average.
Okay.
Yeah.
Low to mid seems to be the general consensus.
With that said, though, I think they do enjoy playing it. Like they enjoy what Mortal Kombat is. I just think that.
Oh, I played through the last one.
Yeah, yeah. I
Didn't
think,
you too?
Oh yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah.
I think Mortal Kombat's actually like one of the highest selling, not just fighting games, but games every time it comes out of that year. Like it does commercially super, super well. It's just not like on the same level as a Street Fighter or a whatever ranks at the top, a Smash, something like that. Yeah, I think it does very well though. That was pretty gory. That was a.
Hey, definitely. That's like just gorgasms.
Yeah,
Like it really does feel like sometimes that they're just seeing how far they can just stop. It probably did. Okay. Anyway. Yeah, it just seems like they're just trying to see how far they can push it every time, and it's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Good.
I made this comment like I don't know when I made it, but I think it's still true. Like I think they get an amalgamation, like a mixture of 11 to 16-year-olds and they get them together and like, oh, you know what'd be cool if like you took your sword out and then you threw it and then it went through their eye and then you bent it around the back of their head and then poked it through the back and came out the other eye. Man, that'd be cool. That'd be really cool.
You're probably not
Pretty
wrong.
much.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
I think that there's one guy who maybe it was Danny from No Clip was saying this, or I remember once upon a time reading that there's like a fatality guy, and like that is their entire job is to find ways to dismember a body, essentially. Kind of an interesting thing. What do you do for work?
We should try to find
I
him for the show.
I torture bodies. Yeah, that'd be an interesting interview. Because you got to think he probably has to look at stuff for inspiration, right? Like,
Oh yeah,
that would be an interesting position to have.
it would be
well
like
versed in anatomy.
Yeah,
Maybe they hire coroners.
yeah, maybe. Like they have to be just completely desensitized. To,
What do you think? What do you think? Okay, anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's not get into it. That's too
Or
dark.
like if you hired a New York coroner to come in and be like, nah. If your head gets cut off by a bus, this doesn't look like that. It's not that clean. It's all messy and there's like, parts of skin and stuff. It's like sitting out there trying to like make it look like real.
Jesus. I don't know if there's anything else. Halo 2 launched last night on the Master Chief Collection. I was playing a little bit of that on PC. It's fun. It's Halo 2 but on a PC. It's great. If you're interested in Halo 2, I'd recommend it. The download thing's a little bit weird. You have to download the Master Chief Collection. You load that, and then when you're in the Master Chief Collection, you have to go to Options, go to like Installed Games, and install Halo 2's multiplayer from there, as well as whatever other Master Chief collections you want, Reach and Halo 1. And they divvy it up so if you want the campaign, you can get that, or if you want the multiplayer, you can just get that. And it was like an extra 30 gigs for just Halo 2 multiplayer. So it was kind of a big game. I think it was like 50 all installed. Kind of weird, but
Okay.
yeah, that's the thing. But the server seemed fine and it ran well. I was playing on the Steam version as well, which is also even weirder because you have to load the Xbox companion app in Windows and log into your account there so that then you can load the Steam version of the Halo Master Chief Collection and it can connect to Xbox Live. It's a fucking thing. It's a lot of work. Anything else? Are we good? Break time?
I think we're good for a break.
We'll do a break.
I think it's time for a Union 15.
All right, Unit 15. All right, we'll take a break. 15 minutes. Zeke needs go get a sandwich from the deli. Go to Katz's Deli. I don't know. We're in New York today for some reason. We got Cohh doing a Boston accent, doing colonoscopy. We got Zeke doing coroners from New York. Who knows? Who knows what's next?
New guy in the corner puking his guts out. Oh my God.
Jesus. We'll be right back with more Drop Frames right after this. We'll see you guys in just a bit.